Hi guys, and welcome to another Jeremy Hunt of the Month. So our Hunt of the Month is generally a Tory or somebody on that side of politics, but it seems some Labour people don't want to be left out. So step forward Josh Simmons, the director of Labour Together. So what did Josh do or say that was so offensive? Well, there is this belief that the SNP have Scotland pretty much blocked off from the main two unionist parties, the Tories and Labour. So many in Keir Starmer's party may feel that there's little point in attempting to woo the Scots away from independence and the SNP. So this is what Josh had to say about people smugglers and Scotland.
My main concern with Rwanda is not actually the human rights implications of it and the focus of this report. My main concern is that it's a complete waste of money and it won't work. It won't stop the boats. You know, that was the thing that Rishi said, judge me by stop the boats. He's failed. Yes. He keeps failing. And meanwhile, he's spending £8 million a day and so far 400 million quid. So my problem with Rwanda is that it won't work. So the hard question is what you're going to do instead. And I think that while the Conservatives say that they are being tough on the borders and beefing up the policing and so on, I have seen no real evidence that is in fact what they are doing with the kind of commitment and clarity that they need to. I mean, you know, why don't you send the smuggler gangs and put them on the barge that, you know, has been set aside for the asylum seekers to, and then, you know, ship the barge up to the north of Scotland for all I, you know, who cares?
My goodness. Okay. Now, I must clarify that the following day he apologised for his comments, said that he was sorry. He didn't mean to offend anyone in Scotland. But I think the damage was already done. Now, Scottish people have responded by saying, look, we're used to being insulted by people in Westminster. Notice that he didn't say, let's send people to the north of England, or let's send people off to Wales, or no, it seems to be the Scots that it's because it's another country, but it's not another country. You know, they say that, well, it's not another country, it's part of the United Kingdom, it's part of Britain, so it's not. So why would he say Scotland here? So we all know why, because there is this feeling in Westminster that Scotland doesn't really matter. The people of Scotland don't really matter, and they are a dumping ground, it seems, for people smugglers or something. Now, the point about he also made about putting people smugglers on a barge, that doesn't make any sense either, because most of the people smugglers are not in Britain. They're in France, or they're in the country where people start out from. A lot of people, asylum seekers, are involved in a type of debt slavery, where they have indebted themselves to people in their home country in order to get the money to travel across Europe and eventually get to Britain. And then when they arrive in Britain, they work that debt off. So how the hell are you going to put people smugglers on a barge if the people smugglers are not in the United Kingdom? But back to the main point, this is about, you know, Scotland doesn't matter. Let's just send people up to Scotland. Scotland is far away. And I think it feeds into this narrative, or this belief, I should say, that Scotland doesn't matter to Westminster. You know, the Scots already know this, but maybe people in other parts of the United Kingdom are starting to wake up to this realization too, that Westminster doesn't care about Scotland. It's a dumping ground in a sense. And, you know, when Labour win at the next election, they're going to win a significant majority, it seems. They're not going to need Scotland. They're going to be able to run the country without Scottish members of Parliament, or relying, for example, on the SNP. So Scotland will matter pretty much as it matters under the Tories. I hope that's not the case, but it seems to be. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.